There's a Fast Times TV show as well.
No, there isn't.
You should watch it. It's crazy. Clueless TV show.
I knew there was, but that was actually semi-successful.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Because I think the cast of Clueless was in that TV show.
Aye, Rod and Silverstone wasn't coming back.
Was Silverstone though in it?
No.
Oh, I thought she was. I know that Higby was in it.
She was Batgirl. Donald Faison was jumping at the bit to jump into that world.
Definitely. Aye. Still is.
100%, man. So is Zach Braff, desperate to jump into anything as long as it's under 25.
It's a big one. Like, what is your relationship with this movie?
Ferris Bueller is just one of the 4-pack I had of the John Hughes classics, and one of my favourite. I may as well say that now. This and Planes, Trains and Automobiles. Planes and Trains is my favourite. This is my close second. I'm still quite big on this. A popular high school student, admired by his peers, decides to take a day off from school and goes to extreme lengths to pull it off. I won't watch it again for years, but it's still a good movie. And yeah, I watched it really young. It feels different to me now, but yeah, I still appreciate it.
I think, and I'll get into it.
Doesn't mean there's no stuff.
Oh, I know. But I think this is one of the most overrated movies ever.
Cool, okay.
And I don't hate it. That sounds negative.
Not at all.
But this is always often considered like one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yes.
And I only think it's just okay.
That's totally fine.
Saying that, this most recent viewing was better. I saw this movie young as well. I'd just seen The Breakfast Club and I loved The Breakfast Club when I seen it because I was in high school, I guess, so maybe I was around about the same age. So I wanted to see every John Hughes movie, so I watched them all and liked most of them. Not as good as The Breakfast Club, but that was still my favourite. In terms of the high schooly ones, obviously Planes, Trains, but like the high school ones. But I never liked Ferris Bueller, really, and I think the reason is, and we'll get to it in this movie, I just don't like Matthew Broderick.
Do you like Brothers?
I don't like him. I never liked him, even before he killed those people. Like, I just never liked.
Oh, you went for this immediately, man. Oh.
Are we going to talk about it or not? We need to talk about it.
Matthew Broderick was involved in an auto collision and killed a mother and a daughter in Ireland. That is crazy. And he still vacations there, I believe. Like,
that's kind of crazy, man. I would never set foot there again.
Oh, you'd be out of there.
1987.
1 year after Ferris.
Oh, really? Driving a rented BMW in Northern Ireland. Broderick crossed into the wrong lane and collided head on with a Volvo. The driver, Anne Gallagher, 28, and her mother, who was 63, because it wasn't a child, it was a mother and daughter, but it was two adults, a 28-year-old and a 63-year-old. He was vacationing with Jennifer Grey,
yeah,
who he started dating after this movie, which is kind of weird because it's his sister in the movie, but like, whatever.
Horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right,
sorry, wait, it was just like, so obviously that's not the reason I don't like him. Like, I didn't like him anyway. He's got a certain thing about him.
He's a wee wiener.
He's a wiener. He's a douche.
He's a pure wiener, man.
Do you know what it is?
Matthew Broderick. Oh boy.
Oh, it's a good impression. Aye, he's
Life
got that.
is pretty fast.
You need to do that for the
Life
show.
is pretty fast.
That is so good. I just don't like Matthew Broderick, so it's hard to enjoy this movie the way everybody else does. Don't get me wrong, he is good in it.
He's fantastic in it.
It's not that he doesn't give a good performance, it's just that he's too convincing playing a little douche.
Oh, he's smarmy, man.
I know we'd never do this, right? We usually go in order, but can I just talk about the final scene of this movie? Like the end of this
when
movie.
He's just ripping off Deadpool. Do you notice that?
No.
Did you notice how much he ripped off Deadpool in this
I think Deadpool came after this, in fairness. Did you know that?
No, because he wore like the exact same house coat and all that Deadpool was wearing.
Yeah, this movie was out in 1986. Deadpool came out in like 2014.
Aye, but he didn't, because he spoke to the camera.
Aye.
So he copied him for Deadpool.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, of course, Deadpool done it first. No, I'm not talking about the post-credit scene, I'm talking about just before the credits play, and he's lying in his bed, and he's talking to the audience, and he's just got the biggest, smuggest little shit face I've ever seen.
We'll get into it, but
he's so smug.
I reference that a lot. I call this a classic. I rip it apart in this, man. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind enough to the film because I don't hate the film. Like, I know I'm starting off very negatively, getting on my Matthew Broderick hate out, but
it's not a negative.
I just don't like him.
It's not a negative opinion if you have a different opinion from other people.
No, but I'm not even saying anything. I'm not like saying like, oh, I'm just saying like he's got a wee smug fucking face.
Oh, totally. No, I don't think there's many that would disagree with that. Paramount logo! Is it the best? It might be the best. It gives me a warmth. I kind of.
Do you like the new one or the old one? Like, see the big silver stars, or do you like the blue and white stars?
That new one was exciting at the time, I'll tell you. I remember sitting down, my wee cheeks down, and seeing that logo and hanging off. I thought my reflection would be on them, the new stars, but no, straight to the mountains in the blue. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it was great.
Speaking of blue, this font is haunting. This blue Ferris Bueller font.
Yeah, it's not great.
Red. Give me big, bold, sex comedy red.
Yeah, well, this movie's not a sex comedy, although you would be forgiven for thinking it is.
It's got the harder one.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It doesn't get blue. It's kind of PG, this movie, at points.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to flat out say it, there should be more titties in this movie.
I think Ferris wants made as well.
Oh, definitely. He's a wee creepo.
Matthew Broderick, man. This is Matthew Broderick in They Expected Big Things, man.
And I can see why, because he's very good in this movie. He's got that sort of star quality. This
is a star creating film.
Yeah.
Like, already war games and stuff like that, but he's like the main
character. And not only is he just the main character, he also is breaking the fourth wall and talking to the camera. He's doing the sort of
Deadpool
Woody Allen thing. The Deadpool thing. I was going to go with Woody Allen, but sure.
Man, you seen this house?
Oh, that right. Let's talk about the houses. What is their parents' jobs? Everybody in this movie is rich as fuck.
I speculate about the dad eventually, but I know a lot of he works in hotels and stuff.
He works downtown, we see at some point.
Aye, he has a wee dance. He's got the time to do that.
So he works downtown in a big office, in a big building. His mum mentions a deal with Vermont, so I'm assuming she's in real estate or something.
Yeah.
Maybe selling houses.
Yeah.
Cameron, don't know what his dad does. We never see him, but like,
we'll get into it. No, yet. Hold off.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that clearly they've made the money.
I mean,
and even Ferris, this nice house in the suburbs, and this, by the way, this is the suburbs. This is like white town.
He is able to just hop through back doors, no bother later.
I just run through people's living rooms and it's just like, oh yeah, we scam.
I saw that. That is
he
really
would be shot these days.
Mental. Yeah, who's is stunning? What's he moaning about? The parents try waking him up. I think this is still so funny.
Okay, so here's my main gripe about this movie. And it's so stupid, and I know it's just a film and I should enjoy it, right? But you don't need to be this elaborate to skip school.
Man, I pulled some once.
But did you have like a dummy and like contraptions and that, or did you just say that you weren't well?
No, so how it normally worked for me, I would have my own mix that I would make up in a pint glass. I would have like tomato ketchup. Anything I could pour into that would make it look soupy, so soup helped.
Right.
Watered it down. I would chuck that out like the laminate flooring or the bits of the toilet, make it look as if there was a trail leading to me, and I'd be set up on the couch and I'd be sleeping.
Oh wow, man, that's elaborate.
Oh, Ryan, I tried every which way.
Alright, I'll take it back then. I thought like there's no way anybody would be this sad to do this.
I done this for ages, man, and it worked sometimes. It was dependent on how elaborate the setup had been for me trying to get off. sometimes I would just cuddle and I'd be sleeping on the couch. I slept in.
Sometimes I make absolutely no effort whatsoever.
None at all. I just
I never skipped school, man. It's kind of crazy. Until I got older, then I just didn't go.
Yeah.
Like I just stopped going to school, and like they wouldn't phone your parents at that point. I think because I was like older. But I was never allowed to skip school. Like, see, if I said I was sick, like unless I was dying, I was made to go to school. Or just like give me some paracetamol and make me go. Ferris Bueller's taking the day off. He's got this big elaborate setup. He's not well. He's got the clammy hands.
He says, "Papa."
He's acting like a little bitch already, man.
This
He's doing
is
the baby
funny.
voice and stuff.
This is funny.
No, it's just, again, this is funny, and he's doing a good job of being a wee douche here, a wee mama's boy. But I'm just hating his face.
They're pure eating it up, man. And he's like,
I have a test today. I want to go to a good college so I can have a fruitful life.
he's a wiener, man.
He's this total wiener, and then his sister walks in, gives him the look. She knows immediately that he's fucking at it.
Best part of the movie.
Do you think so? Do you think the sister is?
Jennifer
Grey is great in this.
Is so good in this,
She's
man.
great in this. I would say that our man is probably better in this movie, Ed Rooney. Played by the not so great, was it
Jeffrey Jones.
Jeffrey Jones. Jim Jones.
Oh, he's gone, man.
he's fucking banned breed.
Maybe less of a monster. Jeffrey Jones is unfortunately a very good actor.
He's a fantastic actor. Like, there's no two ways about it. He's very good in the very bad Howard the Duck movie. He's the best thing about that.
Comedic timing is excellent.
I think him, and we'll get to it, so I'll not spoil it now, but I think him and the secretary in the office in school are amazing together.
I was crying during bits of that.
Aye.
She is phenomenal.
There's one line in particular that like floored me.
I think we've got the same one because I was going to text.
Yeah, Jennifer Grey also fantastic in this.
Jennifer Grey is playing Jeannie. She is raging. You're right. She sees right through it, and it's really funny. From
And he
the
does
get-go.
sort of look at her and wink at her,
Yeah,
and give her the pure shit-eating grin. This is what I feel like Matthew Broderick's like in real life.
If anything, I kind of wanted more scenes of those two together. They seem to have good chemistry.
Yeah, they did. Whenever they were on screen together, it was good. Kind of weird that they dated in real life.
Jeannie says, "That's it." Did you hear that?
Yeah.
You're both lovely, caring people.
And he goes, "Ringy-dee, ringy-dee." With the phone, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Right? He's, "I love you too." Blah, 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 blah. Oh, he's a wiener.
Oh, he's such a wiener.
Oh, I put my look. Oh, you're a nerd.
They bought it.
MTV. Oh, this tells you this movie's cool and this boy's cool, doesn't it?
This is cool, but like this, I miss this MTV. This was the coolest time.
Monologues are great. He looks out the window. He looks out a window and a squirrel's looking at him. Jane, the squirrel's like, "Is he talking to me?"
Just can't talk to you.
Why is he talking to himself? Why is he not in school?
Pure judgmental squirrel.
Ferris,
I'm going to grass.
it's a school day. Did your sister get a mole and you get that computer? Wee squirrel. Doesn't even know what a computer is.
Or a motor.
Oh, he's okay. So a squirrel looks at him like, "Are you?"
Sorry, step away from the squirrels.
He says, so he's doing these monologues and he's delivering them with total fire. He is excellent in this. It says he is one absence away from having to say he has barfed up a lung.
Yeah, this is his 9th sick day, he says. His room is pretty cool as well. He's got cool posters, and it's like a pure room that you would want if you were that age in the late 80s.
I seen a Simple Minds poster, man.
Well, no, it's not all great, but you know, John Hughes likes them, doesn't he? I'm not a big fan of the Union Jack on his door either.
Does he? He does. Faking out the parents. 1, fake a stomach cramp. 2, moan and wail. 3, lick your palms.
Yeah, to give yourself the clammy hands. He talks us through it as if it's a science. I suppose it is, as you've explained. Again, to me, I would just say I've had a sore head or a sore stomach. I'm just not creative or inventive.
I'm not saying that wouldn't have worked, but it's not as good a film as...
I've got a sore tummy, alright, so you can stay off. We're away to work. And then, it doesn't quite...
You just get the American dad on. You wee creep.
How dare you?
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you can miss it.
Aye, that's not the first time or the last time he says that in this movie. And then he goes into the shower and he's talking to us in the shower. He's got his hair spiked up. We've all done that.
He does the mohawk. I used to do the old Dracula, no man, you do that?
Aye,
right in the
cool,
middle.
right done.
Yeah, with your fangs.
And then he, nah. Squirrels, that was he then.
Squirrel.
Squirrels in the shower.
He was looking at Ferris the whole time. He's just copying Deadpool constantly. I hope you're not sick of that because I keep doing it.
I get sick of the first time, but just,
I know.
just you do you.
And I just doubled and tripled. Oh man, Broderick will never see the MCU, will he?
Oh no.
Unless they need a wee ball bag.
Aye. Oh, well, in fairness, somehow he managed to claw his way at the MCU with fucking Bilbo Baggins. In those Wakanda movies.
Seen his action figure the other day.
Is he an action figure?
Martin Freeman has a action figure, man.
Why?
Oh
action?
My god, he is in Wakanda forever. I heard that.
Aye. Because he's in the first Black Panther, and then he's fucking scums his way back into the second one as well. Matthew Broderick could play that character. You need a white guy for this movie.
Man, no, though. In it, though.
He would play like maybe not the president, but he'd play like a governor or a mayor that like the bad guy kills to make a statement. No, not even the MCU. He'd be in a DC movie. MCU
We
would take him.
need Captain America and Thor.
Yes, exactly. He would be that guy. You know he's not getting superpowers. They're not giving him that, but like he'll be a government official.
He quotes John Lennon, says he could be the walrus.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
We get Ben Stein, Bueller.
This is like, obviously this is like the trailer scene, and it's very infamous. What's your thoughts on Ben Stein?
Is a personality?
I like him. I like
He's fine.
this. I like the boring voice. I think he's really not in this scene. But there's a scene later on where he's teaching the class, and he keeps asking them for participation. And he's saying, anyone? And then George Washington done this. Said, what? Anyone? And he keeps on doing it, and it goes on forever. And it's so funny.
We get Christy Swanson looking young. This is Simone. She heard about Ferris through People's Speech, and we start to kind of get this world building, the legacy of Ferris Bueller, and it's fantastic.
I get why they're doing it, but it also annoys me. Ferris Bueller is like apparently this legend and like the coolest guy in school, and everybody loves him. But he's also handsome and he's got a really hot girlfriend and is a computer hacker. Like, he seems like...
He's got a huge ding-dong as well, man.
You know that it's a butthead away if you're telling you that. Like, if it wasn't a PG movie, there would be some implication about the size of his dick. He's just the coolest guy ever, and he's got no faults at all, they're trying to tell us in this movie.
Yeah.
And then immediately shows him blackmailing his pal, Cameron. He phones him, Cameron, who is actually sick, is lying in bed, said that he can't go out. And basically Ferris just, like, fucking blackmails him. He's like, if you don't come out with me, I won't want to be your friend anymore. And he doesn't even want him. He just knows that Cameron's got a car, and he just wants his car.
You know something's up with this Fry, man. Oh, we get this Lethal Weapon guitar intro to this character.
Lethal Weapons, even the way the scene's lighted. That's good. That's a clap.
It's like, oh, and he's miserable.
He's properly depressed, this boy.
Ferris pure wants to feast on it, man, don't he?
I need your car.
The contrast in the cinematography of both scenes is terrific.
Yeah, because he's out at the pool at this point, isn't he? He's out like drinking
inflatable
poolside
or something like that.
Inflatable, and he's drinking like a big fruity drink. And then it's the dark, gloomy bedroom of Cameron. He's under his covers.
It's really clinical looking. The DP was Tak Fuimoto, who also did Badlands, Caged Heat, and two movies I like a bunch. Remember My Name, 1978, and Something Wild, 1986. Have you saw Something Wild?
I don't think so.
It's great, man. It's I watched it a lot as a kid, and it's really adult. I don't know why I rewound and watched it.
I've got movies like that. Like, you always make fun of me because I mention it all the time. I remember Blind Fury.
Talk about, I'm just grateful I didn't die another day, man.
I did watch that a lot as well.
Ed Rooney, the principal, played by Jeffrey Jones, phones Katie Bueller, Mrs. Bueller. His secretary Grace keeps pulling pencils out of her hair.
That's funny.
This is Edie McClurg playing Grace, and we get the classic line, absent 9 times. Remember that classic line? 9 times.
2 of them I'm on the phone. The number changes on the computer because we find that Ferris Bueller is also an expert hacker.
Ferris hacks the system, and I've spelled hacks with a Z.
Oh, of course, it's that cool.
He moans about the car he didn't get, and he got a computer, man. Don't get me wrong.
This joke comes back a few times.
It's a shanner, man. You see this big bad boy?
It's a shanner, but for 1987 this was state of the art. And apparently if it can hack the computer's fucking personal files, then it must be pretty fucking good. Again, with American Pie, you just need to sort of ignore the fact that this just wouldn't happen.
He plays the clarinet.
It cuts to the boring class.
Oh, Ben Stein is teaching this class. I would politely sleep.
Nowadays everybody would just be on their phone, but you didn't even have that back then, so you're just doodling in your jotter or you're sleeping.
Jeannie walks to her next class, and a friend approaches her and says sorry about Ferris, and the rumours have started.
Yeah, so it's like Chinese whispers is happening here. Like, it's this thing's growing arms and legs. Everybody thinks that he's sick, that he's needing a kidney or something like that.
She says that she heard he's at death's door, and if he dies, he wants to donate his eyes to Stevie Wonder.
That's funny. This bit I didn't really get though. So he's on the phone. Ferris is on the phone to a bunch of randomers.
No, man, this is it. This is him doing it. He's like Batman spreading the fear. He's talking to freshmen.
But why is he talking to... Like, how is... This is what I don't understand. Did he decide to phone the school public phone, hoping that somebody would pick up?
That's what they would have done back then, though.
And then what? Just to say that just to tell random people that he's sick?
The freshmen, they're the bottom of the food chain, so they're naturally going to pass it on to get higher up the food chain. So then that info's going to get out there, and he's pure blasting this big bad boy. Bleh, bleh,
so he's making... I know that, yeah. I understand that part, but he's like making that he's sick. But why does he need to lie to everybody else? Again, this is far too elaborate just to get a day off school, man.
He's no in deep yet, but he gets in deep, baby. This thing gets like The Departed, man.
It does get like The Departed. He's been in too deep in his part. He's now fucked.
Do you see this big keyboard, man?
On his computer?
No, this big keyboard sound effects machine he's pressing.
Oh, this thing's a fucking belter because he's got it all rigged up.
Ferris is that wee guy that would sell jazz mags, man, isn't he?
Oh, 100%. He stole off his dad.
Oh, and he just got deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole. These freshmen pass on the phone to this girl, and he says he might need a kidney transplant. The girl on the phone says, "Do you think you'll be alive this weekend?" And he says, "Yeah, I think so."
That's quite funny.
She sort of hangs up on him, man. You see this sometimes in 80s films.
They don't say bye.
I don't care how cool you thought you were in the 80s, man. Manners are cool.
Nobody ever says bye. Oh, they don't even say hi in movies. They pick up the phone and go, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that, I know.
I've never answered the phone and been like, yeah, or go.
No.
You say hi. How you doing?
The quick, how you doing? We don't care, but how you doing?
Aye, it just makes it more realistic. But in movies, especially 80s movies, it's just right into the script. They pick up the phone. What you got for me?
Oh my god, I thought I was in the 80s there. We go back to Rooney and Grace, and Rooney says that he's going to throw Ferris out of high school.
Yeah,
physically.
that's right.
And Grace says, what with his bad knee? He shouldn't throw anybody.
They two are real good together. And he gives Geezer a pure ugly look.
This is where... Right, so he says he doesn't want Ferris to inspire people because he doesn't want Ferris to have disciples. He says Ferris jeopardises his ability to effectively govern the student body. And Grace says he makes Ed look like an ass. I died at that bit.
Yeah, that was very funny.
What has Ferris had this school like? Because this guy is at the end of his tether.
This guy is absolutely on the brink of being sacked for his behaviour in this movie. This guy seems tortured by Ferris Bueller.
I think we need to talk about it.
There has to be not another movie because it's too late now, and I don't want to see Matthew Broderick's mad stupid coupon again.
I guarantee you won't see Jeffrey Jones in it.
No, but what I mean is, if there was like a prequel series or something about Ferris Bueller, like before his infamous day off, about how he became this legend, because everybody in school loves him. We've already established
did a series, you know that?
No, they never.
They made a few episodes of a TV show based on Ferris Bueller after the show.
That's just insane, man.
Isn't it crazy?
I'd take it that never lasted. Was that just the one pilot? It was just
There's a few episodes, that's it.
Man, what is it? Like, don't tell me.
There's a Fast Times TV show as well.
No, there isn't.
You should watch it, it's crazy. If
Is it
you don't
good?
come back for it. Clueless TV show.
I knew there was, but that was actually semi-successful.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Because I think the cast of Clueless was in that TV show.
Aye, Rodden Silverstone wasn't coming back.
Was
but-
Silverstone in it?
No.
Oh, I thought she was. I know that Hingley was in it.
She was Batgirl.
Was that what she was doing instead of doing
Probably would have been roughly
all
about
those
that time.
Aerosmith videos?
Donald Faison was jumping at the bit to jump into that world.
Definitely. Aye, still is.
100%, man. So is Zach Braff desperate to jump into anything as long as it's under 25. Hello!
Was that good, Jim?
Hello! What is Ferris at this school like? I think it's been chaos. It's like the Stanford experiment. She says Ed sounded like Dirty Harry.
And he pure loves it.
He goes, what did you do, Frankenstein?
I cried.
He goes,
that's much better than what I done.
and he goes, Ferris phones Cameron for some wheels.
He is using him for his car, and it's pretty sad.
He's playing the game, man.
I've wrote, leave this boy alone, fuck's sake.
Did you see him drawing this naked babe?
Oh, aye, he's totally diddling a naked babe. This is the most titties we're going to get during this movie.
Not only is he selling jazz mags, he's so smart he's making his own and printing it out and selling them.
A couple of times in this movie he's seen loving babes, even though he's got a beautiful girlfriend.
Mr. Bueller phones.
This is funny.
He says he's to take a hot bath, wrap a warm towel around his head, and have some soup. These are the loveliest parents in the world,
They're
man.
gullible big idiots though.
They're
They're so nice, but they're just totally buying this.
They're like aliens, the one.
It's a bit like
My step parents are aliens.
no, yeah, I was going to go with, oh my god,
See if you see Men in Black.
no. No,
More water.
What'd you call
More
it?
sugar.
That
Oh,
one.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yes, thank you. It's about
Good impression, man. I thought you were freaking out. I was ready to run. I was grabbing the cat. Oh no, he's been took.
It's about they're so nice and they're like, oh, Ferris, you should have some soup and feel better. And I'm like, that's not real. They're at it. They've been body snatched.
I hope your veins never get out, man. They're at it. Because you offer soup.
I always believe they're at it. Show me some vomit now.
I see a doctor's line. Cameron is in the car deciding what he's going to do.
Having the first of several mental breakdowns at this point. He's having a big argument with himself. He's having a moment in his car being like, should I go and see Ferris or should I not? He's acting like a fucking, like he's been bullied by him sort of thing. This day off, why is it such a big deal? There's nothing that he does during this day off that he couldn't do on a Saturday. Do you know what I mean? Go to a museum, go to a baseball game. By the way, why is there a baseball game at a full stadium on like a Tuesday afternoon or something?
If you notice, they're very loose with the time and they don't like to tell you what time it is.
Absolutely, because it's like, hold on, you go to a full baseball game, you go to a museum, you drive around the city, and all this during school hours, like this just takes you like 2 days worth of activities. And even by the time he gets home, it's 6 o'clock and it looks like it's 12 o'clock outside.
We get this nurse Kill Bill in it in the classroom. This
She seemed nice. I've wrote that. Nurse seems nice.
she goes to retrieve Sloane, One of the most beautiful creatures in the whole world, Mia Sara.
Wow.
Time Cops, Mia Sara.
Yeah, great movie.
Great movie, let's do Time Cop.
We should do Time Cop. I love
Blood
that film.
Pact, I've cut my own. Cut yours.
No, I just think we need to do it.
Cut it. The nurse explains that her grandmother is passed.
I do like, as she's leaving the classroom, as soon as the nurse shows up, she starts putting a joke on and she gives like one of her classmates a wee look as if I'm out of here.
We get Grace telling Rooney about this and he senses a daytime shenanigan.
This is the scene that I thought was very funny.
Cameron calls pretending to be Papa Peterson, Sloane's dad.
Cameron's fake dad voice is great. He's a voice actor.
Alan Ruck should have went into voice acting.
Because he's very, very good at
I
it.
wrote that as well.
Yeah, and he does that a couple of times in this movie. He does weird things with his voice, but it's always funny.
And when we get to see the physical performance of him doing it, he's really physical.
Yep.
He's excellent. Cameron calls pretending to be Papa Peterson.
Yeah, I need to see a corpse dipshit.
I say dipshit.
So he is convinced that this is Ferris Bueller pulling a fake voice, but of course at this moment the phone goes, Grace answers it, and it is Ferris himself phoning to ask if his sister can bring home his homework. They both freak out, realising that if Ferris is on the other line, then this must be the real...
Grace's reaction is like, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
It's really funny.
She says hold and she leaves Ferris on hold. She frantically tells him not to be, she's like motioning, stop being rude, and he is just laying
into
in.
this guy.
He tells him to kiss his white butt, and the look of fear as he realises that this isn't...
Aye, this is the real guy, or that he thinks it's not Ferris Bueller. Really, really funny.
The music kicks up a notch and it's really funny.
Yeah, and it cuts to Cameron in the kitchen doing the voices, and as you said, like, he's really hamming it up, and it's so funny.
It's possible that 80s double line technology did exist. Mm-hmm. It was real.
No, this is doable, this scene, absolutely.
I think Rooney took a fair gamble though. He took a swing. It was a hard swing, but I see what he was going for.
I wouldn't have been as rude about it. I'd have been maybe a bit more clever and tried to ask some questions to catch him out, like how did she die or whatever, what was the time of death, jumping and stuff like that, instead of just going like, aye, let me see a corpse dipshit. He takes a big heavy swing, big Chicago Bulls swing.
Rooney grovels and we see Alan Ruck's physical performance. It's great. Pardon my French, but you're an asshole. Ferris comes in and he's like suiting up and he's just listening to his wee puppet speak, man.
Oh, here's the thing as well. Why has he got a suit on?
To pick up Sloane.
Oh, but he does it in a trench coat, so the suit's completely unnecessary.
Various costumes. Ferris is cool, remember?
He can just do costume changes.
He's cool.
Aye, so cool. A massive disguise as well.
Cameron kind of fucks this up.
And then we see the dark side of Ferris coming out here. This is where he's like, he cracks her up. He's just like, you made a fucking mistake. It gets pretty dark here, man. This is when you realise that it's like an abusive relationship.
He makes up for it by making him a hot drink. Can you believe what he makes him do, man?
No, see, this is the worst part of the movie for me.
He is not your friend.
He is a fucking asshole. He's a bad person. Uses him just for his car. Makes him phone the school. He makes a slight mistake, shouts at him, kind of hits him.
He just likes him watching him with his missus as well.
There's a bit near the end of the movie where she sort of says to him, did you see me getting changed at the pool? And he's saying, aye, and Ferris is pure loving it.
Aye,
it's a pure cuck
he
situation.
Likes him getting a taste, but he's no...
Aye, he's like, this is my fucking bird, you can look. I like you when you look. Kind of think it's weird, man, it's pure dark. Rooney's running to the classroom to get Sloane. But he's like running up the corridor, then stopping and slowing down as he goes past the store. It's really funny. It's good physical comedy. Like, he is great in this movie.
We are told this is a 1961 Ferrari 250 GT California. I had to rewind to note that down. I'm not a car guy. This is not for me, this car at all.
It's a red sports car. This is a pure small dick energy car.
It's a bit of a Shannon, man.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote here it's a pure super dry mobile, man. And it, oh man, you can only buy this if you wear super dry.
You're totally right.
Cameron talks about how much his dad loves this car.
Another indication of how rich they are. It's not just a garage, it's a big glass building with several cars inside it. Because it's like a big house, it's on stilts. as well. It's kind of like the house that they pulled down in Lethal Weapon 2.
It's exactly like that, my friend. I take note of that.
It's like, you can't touch this. He's got the mileage guaranteed. He loves this car more than he loves me. It says some really dark stuff. Like, this is supposed to be a comedy, like a teen comedy, but one of the early indicators that Cameron's not okay and that his dad is not a nice man. Even though we never see him, it's only implied through the movie that it's kind of dark.
Oh, if he had a dad, it'd be played by Ray Wise, man. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Big Ray Wise would welcome him with that big sticky up here and give him the business. Ferris talks him into this, man, and it is awful.
It's really bad. It's horrible. He's horrible. He just basically makes him steal his dad's like priceless possession.
Rooney with Sloan is really funny. He spouts a lot of garbage. He says like some of these quotes and she's just like whatever. Ferris pulls up literally like he's in a costume labelled disguise.
Yeah,
like,
he's got the trench coat on, the hat and sunglasses. It looks like he's two people inside a trench coat.
Man, I wondered if he looked in the mirror during this bit and thought if he was ever going to play the great Inspector Gadget on screen, because this is an Inspector Gadget costume.
You're right.
He's wearing the hat and everything, right?
Oh, what a trash movie. I totally forgot about that.
Jeffrey Jones is the Claw. Oh, that may be his nickname. Sloan runs down to the car and Bueller says,
do you have a kiss for Daddy? Oh, fuck off, man. I hate this scene so much.
They kiss and...
The pure winch. There's tongues in there. Jeffrey...
Do you watch it in 4K, right?
I did one.
Jeffrey Jones is at the back and he's like, I guess that's what it's like in their family.
A pure, like, unnecessary weird incest joke. Do you have a kiss for Daddy?
They all get in the motor.
He says that to Sarah Jessica Parker, doesn't he?
Oh man, how often is Sarah Jessica rewatching Ferris just to remind herself that she likes him?
Why she liked him in the first place, aye?
They all get in the car, and I say all, Cameron's tucked into the back seat of this tiny wee motor, his dad's, and he's tucked into that leather exterior just greeting, man, like...
Aye. Like hating his life, being like, I can't believe this is what's happened to me, I'm going to die.
It's easier to get out that position because you're lubricated for your tears, man. Like, he is gutted. Ferris, man.
And remember at the start of this movie, he's literally not well. Cameron, that is, so he's ill. He's been emotionally abused by, we assume his parents, or at least his dad, and then maybe Ferris. Like, he's in a really bad place.
He's no good, man.
No, he's not doing well, and in fairness, they do address it and it comes to light later on in the movie and my personal favourite scene. But like, it's fucking horrible. This is a pure dark film.
They speed off.
Sloan starts like screaming like, yeah!
They drive at some speed and we get some aerial shots of Bueller and I am looking out for the Joker. Where is he? Where is he?
We cut to the school and there's a collection going around to buy Ferris a new liver.
In a Pepsi can.
It's so funny. He offers it, some jock or whatever, offers it to Jennifer Grey for his new liver, and she walks away from him and he calls her the heartless wench.
He calls her a heartless wench. That is
so funny.
She like slaps the Pepsi can.
Aye. You heartless wench.
He says, we're saving up for a kidney for Ferris and it costs 50 grand and he's got a Pepsi can full of change. Grace and Ed, he calls Sloane's house. She's already done a voicemail. They have bested you at this point.
Give up, man.
This is done at this point. That is so clever. They have bested you.
Aye, it's clever, but it's also overly elaborate again. Like, aye, just give up at this point. Even if you know that they're at it, just like, do you know what? Let them have the day after school, man. I don't give a fuck.
But see, if you're pure slamming that thing on and you're taking the risk of other people possibly hearing that, you've earned the day.
He says, I know Bueller's behind this and he's got Sloane Peterson involved, and Grace's like, and her grandmother too.
Rooney goes on to say, I did not achieve this position in life by having some snot-nosed punk leave my cheese out in the wind.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
That's not a phrase.
Cammy has given his number as the mortuary. Again, another great voice.
Yep, and a different voice so he doesn't get them confused with the dad.
Ed says he's going to pure get Ferris, and it's weird. At this point, it's weird.
This is the moment where it becomes an obsession.
You think he's going to cut him when he gets him?
And I think he is.
I think there's something.
Because it's like, okay, he wants to catch him out, but like, we'll get to it. He goes as far as like trying to break into his house and that. Like, he wants, what's he going to do?
Blood.
But even if he does break into his house and he finds out that he's skipping school, what's he going to do? At that point, you've broken into his house, you're in more trouble than he is.
You would think so, but he throws all caution to the wind at this point, man.
They leave their car at a parking lot.
This is not where you leave this car, man.
A pure scummy downtown parking lot.
Ferris could have done better, man.
No, this should be the subtitle of this entire movie. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, he could have done better. I think the first ever person to be in 3 of these movies that we've covered, Richard Edson.
It's Cooper Cousin, Richard Edson, man.
Cooper Cousin, and also Howard the Duck henchman.
Plays one of 2 parking attendants.
But the only man who really gets any screen time, unfortunately.
Ferris asks if he can speak English.
Kinda racist. Again, I mentioned it briefly about how this is a white suburban. You know they're pure heavy racist.
No, I don't know that.
No, they are. There's 2 comments in this movie. One for Ferris here where he says to this guy, "Do you speak English?" And then another one, which is much worse, that Jennifer Grey says later on.
Cameron looks heartbroken leaving that car. Is Sloane
Doesn't he want to be there?
Sloane and Ferris pure cuddle up in front of him and he like walk ahead of him, man.
As a pure third wheel situation. It's like he wants to take Sloane out, but he needs to take Cameron because it's Cameron's dad's car.
We get Larry Flash Jenkins jumping into this car that's just speeded into the background. This is so funny.
It's funny how they immediately take this thing for a joyride. Like they're not even out of shot yet and they're already taking this thing off.
So funny. Mama Bueller comes home and Ferris has created this jigsaw contraption to look as though he's sleeping.
So elaborate.
He has got these mannequins on hooks and a sound system with snoring. Man, my mom would have rattled that door.
I was going to say, his mum peeks through, he snores and she just closes the door. See, even if I was snoring, she'd be like, right, get him Hoover or something. If you're going to be home all day, you need to do something. If
she thought I was dogging it, man, she'd have came in and stuck her fingers to my throat, man, to check
if you're breathing, 100%. Moz just rattle doors open. That's just what they do, especially at that age. They're getting no consideration.
Care, and they shouldn't either.
No, but let's face it, man, there's 9 times out of 10 you're up to need that.
Oh, I'm up to something on that door. They are in the Sears Tower.
The tallest building in the world, they say.
Is that still the same?
No,
it's going to be bigger now.
Some building in Dubai, that one for that Mission Impossible film that Tom Cruise jumped after.
Okay.
Probably.
Boring.
But it's weird though that the tallest building in the world at one point was in Chicago. You would assume it was like New York or something. They
are in Sears Tower. Cameron literally says he has a sore stomach and has to go. The stress on this poor boy is making him physically ill.
This movie makes me uncomfortable. I feel so bad for him. It's like watching somebody being bullied in real time and not being able to do anything to stop it.
Ferris just ignores him.
Flat out ignores him. He's like, hey guys, let's stand here and look down.
Listen guys, why don't we stand up on this railing?
Yeah, also dangerous.
Sloane should be like, here Ferris, man, let's get a meme.
Aye, Sloane is also complicit. She doesn't do it in this movie, but she definitely doesn't help.
She wants a day out.
Aye, but like, I'd be like, Cameron, take your car, we'll get a taxi back up the road, you take your car home, your dad, and me and Ferris will get a bus or something.
You've had a big day, let's leave it.
Aye.
Cameron says he thinks he can see his dad. Man, that is brutal. He's sweating, man.
Aye, there's a weird cut here. I need you to explain what happens because I totally lose it here. The cut to the stock exchange.
Yeah.
Why are they there?
To watch.
Can you just go to the stock exchange? I'm sure you can. This scene just doesn't make any sense to me.
Ferris proposes.
Weirdly, he doesn't propose, but he basically just tells her, I'm going to marry you one day. He tells her kind of like conversationally in front of Cameron again because like he has to cut Kim. Oh, he can't have an intimate moment in front of his girlfriend with his girlfriend. There has to be an audience.
And then poor Cameron unravels another layer of this dirty onion, man.
Aye, he starts talking about his parents
and how unhappy they are.
Aye, and how they're not in a good relationship. I don't know if they're separated or something, but he says that they don't get on. But it's just weird that they're doing all this at the stock exchange. This feels like
You'll stop going to stock exchange,
no, but it's just
man.
weird. Like this exact same scene could have happened up when they're at the tower earlier. They don't need to switch scene. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, have this conversation where you were on top of this big tower. It's like, no, let's show you these stock people on the floor with their wee pay slips. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how the stock market works. It's crazy. Makes no sense
watch
to me.
trading places every year and I learn nothing.
They're all just holding these bits of paper and go.
We get the restaurant. Ferris tries to snuggle his way in and he says he's Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago.
Is this joke supposed to... Am I supposed to get this joke?
Fictional celebrity.
Oh, right, I thought maybe this is based off a real person. It's like one of those, like, wink, like... Maybe this is a real guy it's based off of and we're supposed to find that funny. Maybe he's a big fat guy or something like that and it's supposed to be funny. I don't know.
So this maitre d' is raging.
He's kind of a dick right off the gate because he's looked at their clothes, he's looked at how young they are and just assumed that they don't belong here.
He tells him that he weeps for the future.
That is kind of a funny scene. He kind of looks at Sloane and Cameron and says, I weep for the future. Again, there's another far too elaborate phone stunt here, which I don't really understand what happens.
This doesn't make sense, does it?
They managed to trick their way into convincing this guy that he is this sausage king. It's so stupid. And anyway, they get a table at the fancy restaurant at the end.
Jeannie convinces herself to do revenge on Ferris and it's great. Ferris monologues in front of this bathroom and this wee attendant's just sitting there and he's doing it as if this wee guy isn't there.
He's talking to us, the audience.
I know, but it's rude.
I know. And that's what I'm thinking. See, when he stops to talk to the audience, I'm assuming that the world around him freezes.
Oh, it's a Bernard's watch situation.
Yeah, totally. But like, it is dead weird how like he's talking to us, but like there's another guy just sitting there.
I bet he tips really well though. Doesn't he? He's alright that way.
Probably, aye.
But I imagine in some instances he's got a fishing line attached to it.
Because he's a wee chancellor.
He's a prankster as well, I imagine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, totally. But the one that always goes too far with the pranks, but thinks it's funny.
Oh, you've seen Cameron, he's ruined.
That's right, he started as a prank and now he's just a total fucking...
Seeing fireworks time and all that, you know he's a pure nightmare.
Oh, puts it through a letterbox.
Oh, Cameron's life just sounds awful, like living in a museum.
And he's talking about Cameron, like, to the audience. And then is it his dad comes out the same bathroom, am I right?
Why is he in this place at noon?
We see Jeannie trying to talk to the dean.
Brilliant.
Speaks to the secretary here.
So funny.
The secretary calls her a little asshole.
They snap their fingers outside the restaurant and do one of these pure John Hughesisms. Put on shades and Ferris puts on a beret because he knows he's top dog.
Mm-hmm. Then steal his dad's taxi for like right behind him. But it's just far too risky, I'm sorry.
At this point, Rooney is in town and he is sniffing for blood.
He gets out his car, he's got this flick up shades, like the bifocals or what they're called. That's quite funny.
He goes into this wee pizza place.
He goes to why does he go here? Is this just like I guess a hangout for kids?
A teenager.
Again, all these kids should be in school. Why is this place packed? It's full of teenagers. Why is he not like, here, all you should be in school right now? But he's only focused on Ferris. It'd
be funnier if he was just bagging up these teens. He pure annoys this teenager, Rydell.
Aye, she spits water at him. He gets Ferris mixed up with her and says, now I've got you or something. Or not, your ass is mine, he says. I don't know, it's like a hilarious misunderstanding. Because she's a girl and he thinks it's a boy.
I howled at the next scene, man.
The next scene's pretty funny when he's wiping his face. He's just been spit on. Ferris catches a ball on TV, but Rooney misses it because he's wiping his face. And then when he looks up, the camera cuts away. He asks the chef what the score is, and he says it's 0-0 or nothing each. And he says, who's winning?
And the chef says the Bears.
That's pretty funny.
He like cheers and he like, does he try and throw the napkin? We get the baseball game and they laugh as they're missing Jim, and we cut to the gym class and we see Jeannie scoping this gym class looking for him.
Again, these people care far too much about Ferris Bueller.
Just let him have a day off, man.
At this point, it's already halfway through the day. At this point, it's like lunchtime. He's already missed half the day.
You lose the day so fast anyhow. Mm-hmm. Like, Rooney goes to Ferris's home. This is madness at this point.
This is where he should get sacked. He's stepped way over the line here.
Ferris has rigged this device for the doorbell. That is so dicey.
Because it plays on a loop once, so like, he has to take into account the fact that somebody's going to push your doorbell more than once.
I've wrote here you would need to pay a neighbour to monitor that all day. You need to pay a neighbour to be nearby in a bush. Monitoring that. I know it sounds ridiculous, Ryan, but this is getting out of control.
Aye. Again, all this for a day after school to go to a fucking museum.
A couple of places, man.
No, I know, but like, see if like, there was this is what this movie lacks. It lacks a reason for this day off. He wants a day off just to hang out. Like, see if he had like somewhere to go, like, say there was a baseball game or some sort of event that he had to be at, but it was during a school day and he had to miss it. So then you've got an objective and you've got something to care about. But like, the whole point of this movie just fucks about. It doesn't matter. Like, as I said earlier, he could have done all this on a Saturday.
Rooney tries to gain entry from the side and gets caught in this Ferris swamp. You see this Ferris swamp?
This minging fucking garden.
The joyriding car attendants fly over a big old bump to the theme of Star Wars
theme. That's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Rooney goes national at this point and climbs through a giant dug door.
What is he doing,
is
man?
in so much trouble, man.
This dog is a fucking devil as well. This thing is terrifying looking.
This big dog catches him and wants to eat this educator.
It's a good... It's going to sound like a stupid thing to say, right? But they've cast the dog well.
That is a great dog, Ryan.
It's a great... Because it looks scary. I'm sure it's a very big sweetheart.
Oh, it looks
but
cute.
it looks like a devil dog. It looks like one of those scheme dogs that you would immediately run away from.
We get the museum scene to Please, Please, Please by the Dream Academy. It's a good cover. It stays with you.
Yeah, this scene is weird though. Like, it feels like it doesn't belong in this movie. It feels a bit too kind of chilled and relaxed and kind of nice.
This is the sort of lull. This is the ellipsis. Yeah. This is the one we need to talk about. It's one of the big scenes. I recognise Nighthawks, a couple of Picassos, the old guitarist, and a big old splatter of Jackson Pollock. More Picasso. They kiss by American windows, the stained glass. I'm sure that's what that's called. And it breathes at this point.
Yeah, it does. But like, we just cut from a very slapsticky scene with a guy trying to climb through a doggy door and being chased by a dog, and then these two guys joyriding a car to the Star Wars theme. And as you say, then it slows right down this museum scene.
It works though. It
works, and especially the Cameron scene where he's admiring the art, and it's sort of like, again, he's having some sort of mental... We don't know what's happening because it's not told, but you can tell he's having another like moment where he's breaking. As this movie goes on, he's just like breaking down.
So this is what John Hughes says. I always thought this painting was sort of like making a movie, the pointillist style. You don't have any idea what you've made until you step back from it. The more Cameron looks at it, there's nothing there. He fears the more you look at him, the less you see. I personally think John Hughes shot a bunch of stuff about the museum and cut it to a lovely song. Does it move you? I think
the picture or the scene?
I think the scene's quite moving with the song.
Not really. I mean, but I have seen this movie a few times, so I don't know if it did the first time. No, I think I was still so annoyed with this movie. Like, I'm seeing a much darker movie this time than I've ever seen. I've seen this movie a few times, like, not a bunch, but I've seen it about 5 or 6 times. And this watch that I watched last night before we recorded this was definitely the first time I'd ever seen this movie in this lens, which is really sort of dark and quite sad. So no, this scene didn't move me, I don't think, the way it was intended. I'm just feeling bad for Cameron, but I've been feeling that the whole way through the movie.
They're in a cab, taking a cab to the twist and shout scene. I've wrote here Cameron's raging as him and Sloane look for Ferris through this parade. I've wrote parade, Ryan, but I wanted to write charade. See if he got a knockback to do that daft song for attention. They don't have mobile phones. That's the day done.
They're not finding him again.
You can't find each other in the 80s.
No, if you lose your pal, you've lost them. You just meet up at their house. You just head home and hope that they also head home. So Ferris gets up and starts singing along to, what's the song he sings along to at first?
I recall Central Park. That one, man.
And he's not even singing it, he's just miming along,
man.
being a wee dick.
Miming.
This is like a cultural parade, but wee Ferris wants to get his moment here. The wee white kid wants to go up, get the microphone and make it all about him.
Twist and shout, so good. I bet he still shuffles about the house doing this, man, and the whole family are like,
Oh, Sarah
my
Jessica Parker's
God.
not going to fucking stop that. Fucking sick of this.
Still a baby now, twist and shout. And he's like, right guys, everybody? Sarah?
They've all left
Sarah?
him. This twist and shout scene, though,
It's great.
no, it's not. He's no singing for a start. See, if he was singing, then fair enough, but the crowd are just going in to listen to a recording of the Beatles.
The dancing and all that's better.
All these families are holding their reins and everybody's dancing. The entire city of Chicago is gathered around this parade float at this point. The place is packed. It's almost like he's a Beatle. The way they're acting, they're all screaming and shouting. They're all gathered on this parade float.
Flowers get dropped off for Ferris throughout the day, and Rooney holds one of this like big bunch of flowers. He runs off to the side with them and mumbles. He goes to the dog, look what Uncle Ed's got for you, you little fucker.
That's really funny because dog little fucker, that is funny.
Hey, pure plants, this dog. Jeannie pulls up and sees the water.
Save Ferris water tower, that's funny.
That is so funny, man. Say, Ferris. Jeannie rattles this door and sees the mannequin because she's actually an intelligent person.
Again, she's like, I knew it. Like, obviously she knows he's at it. This is a kind of funny scene here where like she hears somebody in the house and Big Ed hears somebody in the house. They both think it's Ferris. They both sneak around the corner at the same time. She fucking kicks him in the face 3 times.
The kick is so good.
It's a big, like, exaggerated karate kick. It's a doof, doof, doof thing. It's like 3 quick succession kicks. He falls, does a big pratfall on his back. She runs upstairs, which is weird. I would have ran out the house, personally.
Imagine he died like that, Rido. Imagine the
How
priest
much explaining
was like, I hope it was worth it.
He did have the day off. After all that, you were right, Ed.
They get the car and Cousin Koopa is sleazy hilarious, takes a tip as well.
No, that's quite funny. But the car's in good nick as far as they can tell.
You would clock that clock immediately.
Immediately, yeah.
You wouldn't say anything to the pair of them.
No, because they look pretty rough.
Oh, he'd cut you up.
Aye.
Jeannie calls the cops and they wish Ferris well.
That is funny. Oh, but here's the thing, it comes back later on. Why does nobody believe that there's an intruder in her house? Like, she calls the cops and says there's an intruder in my house. All you need to do is say that and then they'll be like, okay, we'll send somebody over. The cops apparently, we don't hear the end of this conversation, but the cops apparently are like, just don't believe her and accuse her of wasting time and stuff. It's really weird. Cops wouldn't do that. They would just send somebody.
Oh, especially in that neighbourhood.
Oh, that's a white neighbourhood, especially.
You are getting a response.
There is a cop already there, waiting outside. She actually says, speak the English.
It's quite a strange theme with this family, isn't it, man? Ed's car is towed and I am laughing so hard.
I do like that when Jeannie comes home as well, she drives past his car and we see that he's got a couple of tickets on it.
It builds through the
Because
film.
he's parked right outside a fire hydrant. They've got a big yellow fire hydrant outside their house and that's why he's parked outside. So every time we go past his car, there's another ticket on his car.
He drops his wallet and when he runs out the house, the wee guy sees him
And just drives off.
Ferris clocks the clock and freaks Cammy right out. Cammy does this. You can feel his soul leave his body.
Yeah. No, I would have just went for Ferris here at this point and just fucking
Choked him.
I choked him in the back seat.
A stripogram shows up for Ferris.
So it's a nurse shows up. Well, she's dressed as a nurse. She's singing. There's a couple of guys behind her.
Yeah.
But she says, I'm the nurse who likes to and then his
It's
sister
suggested-
slams the door.
It's fuck.
Suggested that she's saying, I'm the nurse who likes to fuck. So is she a hooker?
A sex worker.
Yeah.
I have
And it's fine if she is a sex worker, but here's the
I
thing.
debated what I was going to write myself because she does say that. It feels like a limerick.
She's dressed, but she's dressed like a very suggestive nurse. She's got the nurse outfit, but she's got the cleavage and stuff, right? And she does say the words, "I like to fuck." She doesn't get it all out, but that's what she's going to say. That suggests to me that she's not just a stripper, she's actually there to do something.
I think it's limericks and maybe a handy.
Who's sent him that? Like, who?
Somebody for the school, I think.
B, why is there 4 old men behind her?
I can't explain that, but I'll
Like, see if she's just herself, then I'm like, oh, maybe she's there to give me a handy, right? But like, there's like 4 old guys standing behind her with balloons and all that.
Maybe one of them's there to give me a handy. Cameron goes catatonic and Ferris explains how he basically wants to ditch them but feels somewhat weird about it. He sort of wants to keep mating Sloane, but only if she weds him, I think, man.
Aye, it's quite weird.
It's weird.
It's a very weird relationship.
Ferris outlines exactly what will happen to Cameron. Like, exactly.
Yeah.
He'll get somebody that will walk away from him. And yeah.
He already has that person, but that person is Ferris. It's ironic. Cameron then just throws himself into the pool. And at this point, I'm thinking, he's trying to kill himself.
I've wrote, Cameron just sits vacant by the pool, a shell of a person, a tormented teenager. And all Ferris is slurping Pepsi, eating Oreos and probably getting a water handy. Cameron falls in and Ferris saves him, calls Ferris his hero. This isn't helping the situation.
He pretends to be dead for a while so that Ferris is like, oh, Cameron, are you? He freaks him out, and then he opens his eyes and says, you're my hero, and does a smile. And Ferris kind of laughs, and Sloane laughs. This isn't funny.
Isn't funny?
That's a cry for help.
You need to help him.
Section this cunt.
Jeannie is in the station and Charlie Sheen just so happens to be there.
This scene is great. They've got amazing chemistry. Charlie Sheen, good looking boy. Is this his kind of breakthrough?
Like, I've wrote here, he could have been up for the same part Johnny Depp got in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yeah, 100%, yeah.
He really could have.
This is a very young, very talented Charlie Sheen. Obviously I mean, Charlie Sheen, for all his faults, he's got a lot of them, is a very good actor, and a very good comedic actor.
Platoon, man.
Platoon? That's a...
Speaking of Johnny Depp.
But I was talking about more like his comedy roles and stuff as well. Like, he is very funny.
I've wrote, these car attendants better stay away from an 86 Sheen, man, because he's a big ride.
He's like that, very good.
He tells her she's got too much makeup on. They bark at each other and it's amazing. I just want more of it.
He is the most logical person in this movie.
I wrote that. I've wrote that.
He gives the soundest advice, and he's like a shaman.
He rightfully asks, why does she care that he's ditching school?
He should ask Rooney this as well. Like, she's like, oh, I hate my brother because he's ditching school, and he's just like, why do you care? Why does that bother you? The first and only person in this movie to actually ask that. Like, who gives a fuck?
He is played as the idiot, but he's the smartest guy in the film.
The smartest guy in the movie, easily.
They try and reverse the miles on this car as Cameron pours his heart out.
Cameron has a moment of clarity and he says that this is the best day of his life. He's weirdly interrupted by Sloane asking if she watched him getting changed.
Yeah.
And he just kind of smiles and she's like, I'm not embarrassed. I'm like, why bring it up then?
She's a pure nothing character, man.
Aye, and it's a shame because she's so beautiful and such a good actress she is, but
she literally has more to do in Time Cop 1994.
It's crazy, she doesn't have anything to do. She's just there to show how cool Ferris is that he could pull a bird this hot.
He is cool though. Did you see that parade stuff?
I really like this scene. It's my favourite scene in the movie.
He gives an incredible performance. Cameron freaks out, spouts all this mad stuff and starts pure kicking the car.
There's a real moment here about his dad to basically... I've wrote best scene in the movie. He starts kicking his car, saying how maybe if he destroys his car, his dad will actually give a shit and pay attention to him and stuff like that. It's very well done because we never ever see the dad. We never hear his name. We don't know what he does for a living. He's just sort of mildly referenced throughout the whole movie. But here in this scene, obviously we found out that Cameron is being abused. Maybe not physically, but at least maybe it's like he's being abandoned. Basically, Cameron's screaming that he cares more about the car than he does about him, and maybe if this car was gone, he'd actually give a shit. This is great. I love this performance.
It's phenomenal.
Starts kicking the car, and even Matthew Broderick's real good here, because I think Sloane sort of steps forward to try and stop him and he pulls her back sort of thing, as if like let him have his moment kind of thing. Has his freak out, and then of course kicks the car one too many times and it shoots off because it's still in reverse and drives through the window backwards and gets destroyed.
Ferris was pimping a butterfly, man, and this is him. This is his moment. Like, he is going through something, and it is a massive thing for this character.
Mm-hmm. This movie, at this point, is when you realise that this movie's, even though it's called Ferris Bueller's Day Off, this is Cameron's movie.
It's Cameron's movie.
He has the arc.
Two things will either happen, I think, Rido.
Mm-hmm.
One, Cameron's dad comes home, walks over, sees the damage, sees what his son has done, smiles and nods in slow motion. Cameron becomes the football captain a year later and bangs Sloane in Ferris' absence. They are later named prom king and queen, and they live very happily together. Or two, Cameron's dad comes home and boots the utter fuck out of Cameron, man, and Cameron takes to the train tracks.
Probably the latter, if you're being realistic, but it doesn't really matter what his dad does next. The point is Cameron's made his mind up and actually made the decision for the first time in his life.
It's great.
Yeah, it's really, really good. The best part of the movie, easily.
He's going to take command of his life, kind of thing, and have a talk
he
to
doesn't
his
give
dad.
a fuck what his dad thinks anymore, basically.
Ma Bueller gets Jeannie from jail when the police officer asks for Ferris. Really funny.
Again, I wrote, why does nobody believe her about this intruder? Because even her mum's like, I don't know why she's saying there's an intruder in the house. Believe your fucking daughter.
I like when she catches Jeannie making it with Charlie Sheen, man.
So funny. Jeannie's getting right in about it. They're pure winching the faces off each other.
They have chemistry.
Oh, 100%. I would watch that movie with those two. But if there's a sequel to this movie, man, I want to see Charlie Sheen as like her new boyfriend that her parents pure hate.
I don't think you'll see Charlie in the cinema again. Maybe.
Oh no, I think we've missed the boat on a Ferris Bueller sequel. I just mean like if the next year.
Not for me, I'd do it.
It's
You
like,
would do
no,
it.
you won't. Oh,
You
you would
do
do
it.
it. Nobody wants him to do it though.
Ferris and Sloane kiss all hard, and Ferris runs away all cool jumping, and she's buzzing that Ferris wants to marry her, but she's frothing at the thought of Cameron beating up cars, and now she's into that kind of thing. Ferris and Jeannie race, and this is all amazing. Ferris runs past two total babes, and then
He stops and talks to the babes and
Is that
introduces
hello?
himself. That's funny.
this scene's brilliant.
That scene's really good. It's been parodied a lot and a bunch of other things. The music's really good. It adds to the tension.
The dad behind the older driver is
The wee old lady who can't see over the steering wheel. He's trying to get round
the
her.
shot of her. Just seeing
and you
it
can only see her forehead
so
kind of thing.
good.
It's really funny. He's jogging. His dad pulls up beside him, and he sort of runs behind the car. His dad does the double take for the second time in this movie because he does it earlier in the taxi.
Ferris runs through a house.
He runs through a house. He says, "Smells good. Dinner's on." Then he runs out the back and he's like, "Dinner's ready." Again,
Police phone.
all these white people.
Does a belter a trampoline jump? Did you see this trampoline
He
jump?
jumps off a chute onto a trampoline, then over the fence, and that's when we get the crescendo of the music as he lands in his garden. Pretty cool.
The mum and dad meet. She says that she lost the Vermont deal because of Jeannie's chaos. The dad says that they should shoot
They
her.
should shoot her. That's really funny. That scene comes out of nowhere.
It is so funny. He says it like, oh, that's it, we've had enough.
Aye, it's just the way he does it. He goes, "Oh, we should shoot her."
Rooney is out back and catches Ferris.
This
Jeannie-
guy is insane.
Jeannie covers from him. It's really sweet.
That's a nice scene. Basically, she finds Rooney's wallet, so knows that he was in the house. She comes out, covers for Ferris, basically threatens Rooney, blackmails him to like get to fuck. Ferris runs upstairs just in time. I like this scene. The mum's just about to come in and he realises he's left the machine on with the snoring. And in order to turn it off, he's looking through his pockets and he finds a baseball that he caught at the baseball game. And he throws that against the machine to turn it off and it lands in a glove. That's quite cool.
It's a great script.
Mhm.
You can't deny
Yeah,
it.
I know,
It's
it totally
a great
is.
script. Jeannie says that she has Rooney's wallet and tosses it into the old Ferris swamp.
Yeah, you hear it smudging.
We hear the dog and we presume it eats
Presuming
Rooney.
it just kills him. Because like, it just shows you this dog getting him and then it cuts and you're like, oh, he's dead now.
So funny.
Life moves pretty fast, and if you don't stop and look around once in a while, you can miss it.
And then his big, stupid, smug face looks at the camera and then we get credits. But we're not done. We're not done because the credits will get a wee
This
scene here.
is so great,
This
man.
is great. This is a good scene.
This could have been the trailer for the movie, and I'd be there. It's so funny.
I like a teaser. You
Yeah.
don't know what it is. This is So the school bus, this school bus rocks up. Ed's doing the walk of shame home. He's fucked.
He's ripped apart.
He's been ripped apart by this dog.
Sweaty.
He's only got one shoe on. The school bus shows up and she's like, "Mr. Rooney, need a lift?" And I like the fact that he fixes his tie and all that, adjusts his tie and stuff before he gets on the bus.
He's trying to get his dignity back together.
He does a pure slow walk of shame onto the bus. He tries to stand up straight. He's too big for it and his head hits the roof. He turns around and the whole school, or all these high schools, are just staring at him.
They're not even laughing, they're just looking
They're just
like he's an alien.
mouthed, like, what the fuck, that's Mr. Rooney. And he walks up to the back of the bus.
Oh.
There's only one seat left, and it's this nerd. Nerd. He sits beside this nerd. She offers him a gummy bear that's in her pocket. Is a worm.
She says, at first she says, "I bet you've never smelled a real school bus." And then she offers him a warm gummy, and she says it's warm because it's been in her pocket, and he takes it and just throws it away.
And then he looks up at the graffiti on the bus and it says Mr. Rooney eats it.
That is so brilliant. And then we go back to Ferris and he does the Deadpool bit.
Yeah, that he stole for Deadpool. When he's wearing his dressing gown and he tells everybody to leave.
Oh my god! 1986's Ferris Bueller. Rydell, rate this bitch.
Okay, again, I think this movie is vastly overrated. I think it's okay. It's got some funny bits in it. I don't think it's one of the greatest movies of all time. I don't think it's anywhere close to being John Hughes' best movie. I can't stand Matthew Broderick in general. I just can't. Although I do think he's good in this movie for what he is, but I do think his character is a total scumbag and an abuser and a horrible person. I think the thing that saves this movie for me is the whole Cameron arc. I think he's excellent. And Ed Rooney is such a fucking great actor. I know he's not the best person, but like, such a great actor. All the stuff his secretary is good. Jennifer Grey is excellent as his sister. Even his parents are really good. Everybody is good in this movie. It's a good script. Everybody acts well. I just don't like it very much. It's unusual to say it out loud because I sound like I'm complimenting it. I can't really say that I enjoyed it. Only laughed a few times, and I think my biggest gripe with the movie is just like, I don't care about a movie called Ferris Bueller, and that's the least. That's the part of the movie that I like the least. With that being said, I thought this movie was alright. I'm not going to watch it again for a good while, unless I have to. If it's on one night, I might watch it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to ever choose to watch this movie. I'm going to go right down the middle. 3 out of 5 coconuts.
Cool, man. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 1986. I rarely put it on, but when I do, I am reminded it's definitely my other favourite John Hughes film, the first being Planes, Trains and Automobiles. Broderick is a bit of a bore, but he's pretty tremendous in this. The entire cast are. I think this is a lot of fun, and it's another love letter to Chicago from Hughes. That city looks gorgeous on film, and so do its people. The big moments still resonate, and I think it's a really phenomenal script. The world building around Ferris' legacy and the illness is great, and like you mentioned with Jeffrey Jones' car, it's fantastic. Jennifer Grey was the best. She's so good in this. Good soundtrack and fantastic cinematography. I think this is an American classic. 4.5 out of 5 coconuts.
Whoa!
Huge film.
4.5, almost perfect movie.
Completely see this film's place. Absolutely.
Man,
the stuff in it I'm making fun of, I see his friendship with Cameron. I see what he's trying to do. Oh, this is a huge movie. Yeah, definitely one of my favourite John Hughes. We're going to get a wee bit. We're getting a wee bit wet again next week. Am I right, my man? We're going to get a wee bit sloppy.
Are we? What are we doing?
Are we no going to journey?
Oh, let's play a trailer and find out.
Look at this nice campus. Reminds me of all those great college traditions, like homecoming.
We've got chicks for sale.
getting wasted, experimenting.
Touch my chest.
Meeting new people.
Now touch her.
Making homemade sex tapes in your dorm room.
Come on, it'll be fun.
Oh, I don't think so.
And of course, the most time-honored tradition of all. The road trip.
Tell me you mailed the Beth tape to Tiffany.
Yes! I have to get to that tape before my girlfriend gets back to her school. You coming?
What else am I gonna do? Stay here and learn? Road trip.
It'll be fine. It's just the wheels. I need to get back on the road.
I'll go take care of this. I stole it from a blind chick.
Hey, Josh, we're out of money.
If you qualify, you can make a deposit.
You're not like most of the girls I know. You're a real woman. Oh, God.
Excuse me, but I ordered no sugar.
That's good. I've never had sex before.
You should hold out. Wait till you're in love.
I think I love you, so what am I so afraid of?
What the hell is that? Did you kill a cheetah?
No, these are her underwear.
Oh, dope!
Are you here for the feeding?
Excuse me?
Are there any guys out there who are just normal? Huh?
Even if you forget about everything I just said, just remember this. The movie is really good, and you're going to enjoy it because of that goodness.
Ooh, it had an accident.
Oh, did it really? Yep. Oh, for crying out loud, did it?